sort of most honored title in the Congress is probably not Speaker or Leader, it's Chairman, Mr. Chairman. And we had, when I was serving, the first woman that became the head of a committee, Lenore Sullivan. She was the head of the Merchant Marine and Fisheries Committee. And when witnesses would come in and address her as the chair of the committee, they would usually say, Madam Chair, or something like that. She'd wrap the gavel. Please address the chair correctly. And then they would try, Madam Chairwoman, you know, please address the chair correctly. And finally, some staff member would whisper in the witness's ear, and he would say, Madam Chairman, thank you. And Lenore's feeling was that the title chairman was not a gender term, but was a rank. And it was kind of like colonel. In the military, when you're a woman and a colonel, you're not a colonelette. Right. And when you're a general officer, you're not a generaless, you're a general. And that was her view, and she insisted on it. But those early days in Congress in the 1965, 66, 67 period, the reign of the very powerful committee chairman was still the rule of the Congress. And the first day I was in the Agriculture Committee, Chairman Cooley, Harold Cooley of North Carolina, came in and sat down and said, before we proceed any farther, I want to say a few words to the new members. He said, I hate and detest to hear a new member interrupting a senior member when he is asking questions. You new members will find if you only remain silent and attentive, the senior members of this committee will ask all the important questions, resolve all the important problems, and determine the position of the committee without your interference. Some of you may take months, others regrettably years, before you learn enough about our work to contribute constructively to our efforts. In the meantime, silence and attention and deference is the rule for new members. And we all sit there and, you know, nodded obediently. Today it would cause a revolution if you said anything like that. But it was, the Agriculture Committee also was probably in many ways the least partisan. The differences between Republicans and Democrats was less pronounced on that committee because it was basically a committee interested in farm programs and other issues in the Department of Agriculture's jurisdiction.
They eat peanuts, they smoke cigarettes.
Yeah, oh, yeah, that's right. Because the peanut program and the tobacco program were important parts of the agriculture efforts of the day. But it was also one of the most traditional committees in the sense of the rank of the committee chairman and the subcommittee chairman. I became a subcommittee chairman early. Mr. Pogue, who succeeded Mr. Cooley, just created subcommittees or extinguished them by his own determination, fiat. And because I had gotten seniority in the committee on an early kind of draw out of the hat, I became a subcommittee chairman in my second term. And I remember Charles Teague, a Republican member from California who was on the committee, used to greet me for several days after my elevation with a kind of a mock renaissance of pulling off the hat and doing a great sweeping bow, saying, good morning, Mr. Chairman. I knew he was kidding the heck out of me, but it was still kind of great to have the deference.
Have that title.
Yeah.